Okay, it says this hangout on air is live. Okay, it looks like we're broadcasting live. So I'm going to just talk, and again, this is a YouTube live test run. So if there's any viewers in here, don't expect much from this test run. We're just trying to get the technical aspects of the live stream up and running full tilt here. All right. I'm going to send you another invite here and see if we can't. We got 4 viewers in here so far. Hey, everybody. What we're trying to do here is get the technical aspects of this live stream running with a guest that is about 1,000 miles away. So bear with me. Just trying to get the technical aspects of this thing working properly. This is our first test run, so don't expect much. You can hang out with us and watch us fumble and fumble through our way here and try to get this up and running. I do have my Twitter open, so if you want to leave a comment on Twitter or Facebook page. So those are Twitter it's MR Guy Brown 1 is the Twitter feed. You can leave a comment there. I'll try to keep an eye on that. Also, the Facebook page is Encompassing Self-Reliance. So if you want to shoot a message there, I'll try to keep an eye on that as well. There is a chat that I can open up on this live event. I just haven't quite figured out how to get that working yet. So I'm going to call my guest and see if, what do we got here? I got some sort of message. Okay, so my guest is asking me to send another invite, so I'm going to do that now. Trying to reach Joe. And here it comes. Okay. Sorry, I know this is probably pretty boring for you guys, but I need to get the technical aspects of this live event to work properly so that the next time we actually do something that's going to benefit you guys, it'll be a much better broadcast. There's a chat window. Let me see if there we go. We got the chat window open. So if you anybody that's in here watching right now, go ahead and leave a chat. Leave a message in the chat box there on the right hand side. All right, let's see what else we got here. I can share some screens. So waiting for Joe's response here, and I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing him come in. Okay, show and hide your, oh, you know what? Let's see here. That's hiding me. That's not what we want to do. Okay, I'm presenting everyone. So now I'm going to shoot Joe another invite. Looks like I was hiding him, perhaps. I'm going to make a phone call, try to get him on the line. Can everybody hear me okay? I'm going to mute for a second. I was muting, but now you're on. So Joe's with us via phone call, speakerphone at the moment. So tell everybody hi, Joe.
How you doing, everybody?
There you go. I'm just trying to click on all these buttons and figure out, okay, we lost a ton of viewers. We got 4 or 5 now. We had like 10, but I opened up a chat window and said if anybody wanted to leave a comment in there, they could say, you know, just everybody sound off and say who's there. As a guest joins, hide their audio and video from my broadcast. No. Actually, do you see anything yet, Joe?
No, nothing yet.
You did not get the invite?
No.
Okay, I'm going to do it again. You did get another invite before, though, right?
Yes.
Okay.
But I disappeared.
You have no windows open at this point?
Just the one for Hangout.
Okay. Invitation.
Accept. I'm accepting now.
Okay.
All right, I see me.
Okay, stay there. You see you. Open up your toolbar there on the left window and see if you see any options for anything there. I'm going to go to the control room and see if I see you sitting there. Like maybe I have to toggle.
There we go.
What do you find? Join. There you go. There you go. Now I see you.
All right.
Hey, okay. There we go. I'm going to turn off the phone.
All right.
Okay, and I actually have I have you coming through loud and clear.
Oh, good. Can you hear me?
Yeah, man.
Great.
Look at that microphone, man. You're just showing off now, ain't you?
Oh yeah.
I got mine hidden off camera. Here it is. Oh, geez. Sorry, didn't mean to blow your eardrums out, everybody. Okay. Let's see. We got 5 viewers. Now let me try to get the well, we're you know what? And we got 2 screens up.
That's right.
Remember before, are you seeing me on your screen?
I am. Yes.
Okay. I'm going to try to figure out how to get this to automatically toggle between us as we talk. Okay.
Sounds good.
I'm getting Twitter follows and Google, geez, oh Pete's, Google alerts, and okay. I'm gonna have to learn how to turn that stuff off when we're doing live. Remember last time we did this, Joe? I'm gonna bring you up on the screen. You were a lot clearer than you were before. You're a little pixelated, at least my window. I don't know how the oh, there you go. You kind of cleared out. It must have to, maybe it had to buffer a little bit. Okay, we still have 5 viewers. I don't know if that's counting me and you or not. But let me go into, I'm gonna actually share my screen here now for a minute. So I'm going to go to share screen because there's a few things I wanted to show you. I'm going to share this screen, which is screen 1. All right, that's this one. That may not work so well, but yeah, that is not working well, is it?
Looks like I'm seeing a tunnel, so it must be showing the screen that you're seeing for me.
Yeah. Okay, let me stop that. And I'm going to show the other screen here because I wanted to show you some of the artwork that I worked on and got set up last night. Okay, so here's the Facebook page that I put together. And this program here I used is this program right here. Can you still see it?
Uh-huh.
All right. This program, Panzoid, is super, super easy to use. You go into there's tons of templates that you can use. So basically you start with your background and you work your way forward. And I chose this one. And then once you choose that one, you go on down and you get some, basic, okay, first of all, what is it for? And then you can, because there's different sizes, right? See, it has the whole screen, but you see how some of it is, there's different areas here. You got the main, and then it works its way out, or you get the whole thing. So you've got like thumbnails, avatars, and is it for Twitter? Is it for Facebook or whatever? You could even set this up and make a what do you call it? A still for your green screen if you're going to do something like that. So
yes, yep.
All right, cool. So you do it up in 1080. So after you choose that, then you go down here to layer 1, and the colors are already picked, and I didn't mess with that at all because the colors are already picked for that. And then you got layer 2 if you wanted to overlay, say you wanted to go ahead and put in your logo, or you could even generate an image right here. And then so the next overlay is this bottom section here. Do you see how it's kind of faded from black into the picture? So
Yes,
this is what I did here because I knew I was going to use this center section, and I faded the bottom of that up to here. So I saved several of them, but this is just the last one I did.
That's what.
And then this is where, what's that?
Also, it gives everybody a behind the scenes too of how everything's built from scratch.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's we can share a little bit of information on this otherwise useless live event. So then you got, so we have one type of font here and one size. So that is text 1, right? That's right here.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have this one, which is smaller, the word width. That's much smaller than the font. So I have 1, 2, 3 different layers of text in here. So there's this one, which is encompassing self-reliance. And then you choose your individual fonts. And see what I did here. If you look close, I don't know if you can tell or not, but there is a shadow and it's doubled up. So I offset the, so you got your font size here. And then down here, I added a text border on and made it ever so thin just to make it pop and pull itself off the page a little bit. And then on down here, I turned a text shadow of black on, and I offset it by 2, both directions. So it was basically at a 45-degree angle. You can see that if you look close enough. And then I blurred it by 10. You can blur it much more, but so that's how I built that. That's that took, after I figured out the program and going through it a few times, I made like 5 or 6 different versions of this, and it really only takes you about 5 minutes to put that together. So definitely a time saver.
That's really cool too. It looks professional. I mean, you definitely have that. It's starting to come around where it looks like something you would be presenting to a public.
Yeah, nice. Appreciate that. And so again, that's Panzoid. So after I found this, I went ahead and bookmarked it so I could come back to this all the time. And I'm putting together all the tools that I'm going to use, and I'm going to bookmark each one of them. And I'm going to eventually, I'm actually thinking about putting together a series on kind of getting started with YouTube and all of this stuff. So we might be able to do something like that.
Absolutely.
Okay, we're at 12. It's 12:15. So, all right, let me reduce this page here. I'm not seeing any tweets, I guess, on here. So basically there it is. I mean, except for here, you see on my there's no outline and there's no shadow, and it's not stepped off the page.
Okay. So
I will then later go back in and redo these after I've tweaked them a little bit, made them a little bit better. Let's see what else. So yeah, all right. Now let me get back to trying to get our things to toggle back and forth, because this is going to be the interview. Go ahead. I'm going to be very quiet, Joe. I want you to just speak and see if it toggles on its own.
All right. This is Joe Nooney from working on getting a webcast online here for the Encompassing Self-Reliance channel.
It did. I toggled for you, but go ahead and keep talking while I'm looking around.
Okay. So everybody out there, we're just going through and doing some test runs, make sure everything is working. Hopefully this becomes a viable webcast at some point. We're just getting our bugs worked out, all look new. So if you guys keep with us and join with us, hopefully we'll have a chance to show you guys behind the scenes of how to do this on your own, possibly. But this is definitely a joint venture that's turned a passion of technology and survival into hopefully something that's a good hobby.
Okay, so it absolutely is not toggling on its own, but if we take it slow and we learn to take our turn, I think it'll definitely work out. So we got about we can even take it longer than the 30 minutes if you want, but a little bit here. But let's kind of real quick do an overview, because this actually is, remember the last live stream we did, we were trying to use encoding software, and we kept it private because we knew there was going to be bugs, and we didn't even bother putting that up. However, this one is a live stream, and it is going out there live. So I guess real briefly, let's kind of talk to them about what our plan is. And we got my side of things and we got your side of things. So let's start with your side of things first.
All right. So as I was saying, this is hopefully become a viable hobby that we can use to broadcast our passion that has to do with technology. And my side, my specialty is electronic and automation, and turning that in addition to troubleshooting and how to do that, but also in the fact of having to use technology in a survival aspect, for either simplify your survival or just being, like I said, self-reliance. You're working on stuff on your own. You're having a chance to actually create stuff from your own hands and build things and live off your own knowledge, I guess you'd say. So that's kind of what I'm on my side of it. I'm bringing the electrical and technology side of it, and Mr. Guy is obviously bringing the more of the survival technical stuff. And together, hopefully, we can build a channel that's going to be interesting and hopefully able to teach others how to do the same thing.
Absolutely. And I think we complement each other a lot on knowledge. On top of right now we are working under Encompassing Self-Reliance, but on top of that, I also I've been an HVAC service technician since I was I was actually making money at it at the age of 17. Worked as everything to do with HVAC from the time I was a little kid. We've done electrical work. I've been in all around the building trades all of my life, so I know a lot about building trades and safety issues and things like that. And I'm thinking, I've always been into camping and I started in the Boy Scouts when I was a kid, and always had a love of the outdoors and nature, and always I was brought up to make things, build things, kind of an engineering type of a background here, practical application, school of hard knocks sort of thing in a lot of cases. But I was taught that if you don't have it, make it, because maybe you can't afford to buy it, but simply just knowing the having some engineering skills and some fabricating skills, you can almost build anything you need. understanding some basic principles, which I'd like to share here. Simple things like, a lot of people don't know how to weld, and it's nothing more than, throwing an arc and melting some metal, and we can get into the fine details of that. Now, I'm not a welder, but I can stick two pieces of metal together. And again, that's for personal use and to make things you don't have. And I think that's self-reliance. If you can get something fixed without having to call for help, you're good to go. Growing your own food, procuring your own food, whatever that may be. And right now I'm kind of combining these two subjects on my side, because, being self-reliant also means keeping yourself warm. One of the core survival things is keeping your body temperature warm. So that kind of is HVAC, right? Comfortable and keeping your, comfort levels and things of that sort, I guess. I don't know. So we're going to, right now we're going to kind of combine everything into one platform. We may separate it out later, but we're, on Joe's side, like you said, he's, electrical and automation and you take that hat off, his head is a lot bigger than it looks under that hat. But we've got a lot of stuff that we're going to plan on putting together. So again, we're working on getting this platform working so that there's no bugs. I think we may have it, Joe. So I'm going to let you.
Something else I want to add to what you just said too is, you're saying about creating things from nothing or scratch, having a chance to take things that normal people think was be junk and turning it into a usable item. Where my field is
repurpose,
exactly where my field is more taking things off taking things off the shelf, brand new, and engineering and designing it. So I'm having to learn from you how to, sometimes it doesn't have to be brand new with a sticker on it to be usable. Where, in my field, that's pretty much what they teach you is you take things and you have to go to the store to buy this blower or buy this fan or buy this motor. And it's not always the case. You can use things that are in the junkyard to build a thing. And, something else you're saying about being self-reliant. We're not talking at this point about zombie apocalypse, into the world. We're talking about how to,
not yet.
Not yet. Yeah, it's coming. We're talking about how to, come off the grid or not be so reliant on the system as much. So when you say automation, that takes electricity. Oh, yes. But you can automate your solar panels so they follow the sun. You can automate
good point, Joe.
Your float system, so it's monitoring your thing. And this is all simple microcontrollers and simple processors and simple float switches and things that you can, just take junk and make it. You don't have to be a programmer to do a lot of this stuff. You can just do a simple home build and with simple switches, float switches, all that good stuff, just to make, say a cistern that you want to monitor water, or your oil system. You want to make sure how much oil you have for heat in your house. You want to use a geothermal, or, which where Guy comes in. You want to use stuff like solar water heaters, and, there's things out there that are you use in nature to live comfortable. You don't have to plug in all the time to be comfortable. You can make your own power. You can capture your own water. You can capture your own heat. So it's a matter of knowing the knowledge and how it works. And hopefully between Mr. Guy's skills and having the ability to put these together in a comfort zone like a HVAC, or mine having to take the electrical side, because everything takes electricity regardless. If you're off grid, on grid, it's to take electricity. And and eventually you get to the point, like you said, into the world of zombie apocalypse, the way down the road, there's eventually going to be a time where, you don't have that ability. But at this point here, we're not at that stage. And I think our goal is to get across to people that sometimes you can, make things and make things that are automated, that are off the grid.
Absolutely.
You don't have to plug in or pay someone for an ability to live comfortably.
Well, that's a good point. I've seen, okay, so one thing about being self-reliant and survivability and that sort of thing, also while doing all this, just saving a ton of money.
Absolutely.
Because that's self-reliance too. Because if you don't have to, you work and then you have to hire somebody to do something, then you are not self-reliant if you have to hire everything done. But having the skills and the knowledge to do this definitely saves money, which you can put into other places, which ultimately requires you less to be away from home less to make the money to start being self-reliant, growing your own food. So I wanted to expand on what Joe said about the automation with an Arduino or two. I've seen greenhouses automated with a simple Arduino. You put in some thermistors and some motors to actuate dampers and things, and boom, you with probably a couple $100 worth of parts, and the rest maybe scavenged and stuff. You could probably completely automate your greenhouse. How many channels on an Arduino, Joe? 16 or so?
Oh, easy. Oh, yeah. It depends. It depends on your layout. You can get an 8, 16, 32. And the microprocessors are, dirt cheap. You can buy $30. You can have a processor and just start playing with it.
Okay.
So the ability to actually use that to, like I said, automate a greenhouse where it opens dampers or turns a fan on or monitors water level and sends an alarm that says, hey, my cistern's getting low. You might need to be looking at a second source of water.
Yeah.
So you can automate things. And again, it doesn't have to be high tech, computers off the shelf. You can make your own.
Yeah. You got to be careful not to turn into a hoarder, because once you learn how to make these things, you look at everything different. You're looking around, you say, "Whoa, I could use that for that," or "I could use that for that," or I've got a shed full of parts and a garage full of parts and shelves, and and ultimately I do purge periodically so I don't get too bad with it. But so the other thing is, everybody has some automation in their house. Everybody has an automated system, and that is your thermostat. It calls for heat, it sends a signal to your furnace, turns it on, or vice versa, turns your air conditioner on, whatever. And those are and with technology the way it is, you can control your furnace from your smartphone while you're at work. It's easy to do, and things are getting so cheap, and you can video cameras. You can put an 8-channel camera system in your house for $300 and monitor it from anywhere. You just have to know how to get on the back side of things and build it and put it together. An example of the back side of things is what we're doing right now. There's people out there that will that you can hire to put all this stuff together. It's taken us neither one of us are computer engineers, so it's taken us a couple of stabs at it, but we did the research, we figured it out, and here we are. We're broadcasting. And yeah, hey man, hey Joe, yes. I think we covered a lot of what we want to talk about, and you know what, like I said, ultimately right now, because we're still kind of in the small beginning stages here, is we're kind of sharing everything on one platform. However, I do believe that we probably will, when we get an audience that's interested in this particular subject or this particular subject, we're probably going to put those in separate platforms and deliver specified content to those people. I don't want to flood everybody with everything, because not everybody's interested in everything. However, right now, I think it's a very good, we'll call it just a pilot to see where everybody's interests are for the most part. And sorry, I'm not looking directly at the camera. I'm looking down there at Joe in the bottom screen there and watching his reactions. But hey, another thing, Joe, that I worked. Did you get a chance to? This is kind of the informal announcement of my Patreon page. And did you get a chance to look at that at all yet?
I have not yet. But okay. I heard about it. I'm very excited about it, because that's definitely a step forward, because having that kind of ability to acquire money from people that like what you're doing allows us to buy more technology, more cameras, better stuff to present more equipment to show more stuff. I mean, it's definitely it doesn't go in our pockets, or in this case, your pocket with being your page, but it's definitely a way to build up the channel, the brand, build up, you know, just by having the proper equipment. And right now we're all running off of used yard sale equipment, you know, except for this nice microphone which we acquired from Amazon.
Oh, hey, was that a plug?
That was a plug. But anyways, the so having that ability to do that, and then turning around and having some feedback from the audience that says, okay, well, we want to see this, or we don't like this, or you need to stop doing this. We can kind of you know, tailor our way into it, and by having people contribute or be a part of the process allows us to be better at what we do. So we can spend more time doing this and giving more information and more research. So I definitely, where, you know, at first when I was introduced to the whole system a couple months ago, as far as the Patreon and all that good stuff, you kind of think like, oh, you know, why am I giving these people money? But as you get into the backside of it, you really start understanding that it takes a lot to put these things on, and the ability to continue good productions, and you know, and you know, Guy and I had a conversation before the broadcast about having a just the technology and making a better event for you all to get. So it's enjoyable, but that all takes, you know, contributions from people that are really into this and that really want to help us out. So it's definitely a good thing. But I technically personally have not seen your page yet, but I want to definitely check it out after this broadcast.
Yeah. So you said it beautifully, man. I mean, really, people go to their phone, you know, anytime they got a free second, and they're like watching a YouTube video, or they'll, you know, whatever. And there's a lot that goes into it. I mean, some people, some YouTube videos or channels are just fly by the seat of their pants. They're just, you know, here, look at what I'm having for dinner today, or whatever, you know. And that's kind of, you know, that's we are putting together specified content that is educational and you can actually use. Mm-hmm. And right now it's very broad spectrum. You know, I'm looking at this as a big funnel. This is exactly what it is. And right now we're at the very top. We're covering every subject that we have experience in and that we know about and are proficient in. And we are bringing that into one platform. Ultimately, it's going to funnel down, and we will narrow down that information and deliver it to you. And that's where, you know, Joe, like I said, he has his specific knowledge and skill set. I have mine. We intertwine quite a bit on some of those subjects, but this is designed to help get us put into a little bit better situation where we can provide much better content for you. Mm-hmm. So the behind the scenes, we have computers. Well, I mean, everybody has, you know, computers and that sort of thing. Like you said, the Yeti microphone is not a cheap microphone. And if we were just using the microphone that's on the back of the computer, that quality is horrible. Yeah. I'm using an external camera that's not I'm not using the one that's attached to my laptop. And, you know, I've noticed a little bit of glitchy digitizing while we're running the broadcast here. And that's because we don't have high computing power. We're using basic, you know, I mean, we're using good equipment, but it is not strong enough, fast enough to get it out there the way you guys would like to see it. You know, cameras and shotgun microphones. This stuff is not cheap. So what I want to do is kind of take you over to the Patreon page real quick. I'm going to share I'm going to share my screen and take you over there and kind of just walk through it real quick. Can you see it there, Joe?
Oh yes, I have mine. Yep. Okay.
This is the Patreon page. I just built it yesterday. Now, if you notice right here, I have $0 and 0 patrons, and that patrons, and that's okay. I'm not worried about that. It'll eventually come. I've put a donation tab on my YouTube videos in the past. I've had people donate money because they thought it was content. They found some sort of value in it, and I don't ask for it. I just put the option there and said, hey, if you want to, go ahead, great. And I've had people do that, and that's great, because that really helps, put back into the show. I reinvest everything right back in that we make off of this. So this Patreon page here is basically set up with what is Patreon and why do you use it, and it kind of basically goes into that. It's you are more than welcome to, anybody can go check out the Patreon page. I will put the link in the show notes in the description below for you to go check it out. But it explains what Patreon is, what it does, where the money goes. We kind of just briefly went over that. And it says, man, I don't have enough money to support this channel. And that's okay. Don't worry about if you can afford to do it or not. Some people can, some people can't. We're still going to produce you and always will. Okay. But there is a time which we are at where I want to produce top end, high quality content for you. And that's going to be starting to be offered through this Patreon campaign. The campaign is put together to offer that high end content for people who really are vested into our system here. And there is several different tiers. For $1 or more per creation, up to 500. I have some rewards set out here for you. Okay, and what this is going to be access to information before everybody else gets it. I'm not going to get into the details yet, because I am going to produce a video and put it right here in the top of the screen. So when you come over, it'll completely spell all this stuff out. This is just a quick overview. So this is, you'd click on this button right here to get that reward. And so right now we make about, one video every week. So if you were to pledge $1 for every piece of content, it costs you $4 a month. That's pretty cheap for content that you really, use. So I'd like to also put together, not put together, but say this, Joe. I just had a comment last night, and I'm going to pull it up on my phone. I didn't have it queued to show on screen, but I'm gonna pull it out here. And bear with me.
So that while you're looking for that, I want to add something else. This is not a finished product either. This is something that it's a DIY. From the bottom up. So if anybody that was ever interested in doing this for themselves, this is a good way to kind of jump on board and do it with us.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, we are building this totally from scratch, and we have not at this point hired any outside companies to help us build this. This is all from, underneath our hats. We take our hat off and knock them together and share information with each other until we get where we're at. I've got, where is it, Joe? Where is it? Sorry. Trying to find my email on my phone. I'm on the spot here, and I rearranged all my icons on my phone. Jeez, oh Pete, I'm sorry.
So
there we go.
So that's what I add real quick before you find that is, any, comments that people want to make to refine the whole process. We much appreciate it too.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I'm glad you said that, Joe, because I pulled up. I don't see any chats yet, and I don't see any comments in the chat section, and maybe that's because I don't have it set up right. We'll work through those bugs, but there's the Twitter, there's the Facebook page, and I'm also going to put together a Facebook group that we all can go to and talk outside of here. But check this out, Joe. I'm going to try to put this up to the screen here real quick and see if it's readable.
Okay.
Oops. Well, I guess I have to stop presenting that and do
there you go.
Okay, and I got to turn me on here. Okay. It's not going to focus, but anyway, this is a comment from a YouTube viewer. Came in last night. It said, "Thank you, sir. You just helped this Navy sailor get a better HVAC job. Bravo Zulu to you."
That's great.
I get comments like that all the time. I got a comment a few days ago that said, "I watched your videos. It's helped me understand." I'm getting people that are in like starting, college classes, vocational classes. And they said that their instructor is sharing my videos with them so they can get the foundation of the information they need so they can learn what they need to learn in their class. I've gotten comments that said, I've learned more in 2.5 minutes than I've learned an entire semester because of the way it was presented. And so this is an interactive platform where we have the information. We want to share it with you. There's knowledge is power. I always say knowledge is power because you can carry more in your head than you can on your back. And if you can communicate with us, when you're sitting there watching a lecture, you just get what they offer. If you're watching a TV program or anything like that, you just get what they offer. This is not interactive at all. And this is interactive where you guys have questions. We can tailor, this is all steered by the community, not steered by us. It's steered by the community. So let me go back to the screen share real quick. I want to finish out these reward tiers, and then I guess we can just summarize and conclude, add any final comments in here at the end that we want to, and we can call the live broadcast a success, I hope. Going down here, we got so the first reward was basically a supporter reward, and that's where if anybody just wants to support the channel because they believe in what we're doing, they're more than welcome to do that. Don't feel obligated. We're still going to provide free content for you. The community rewards level, you're getting a little deeper into it. It says for only $3 per month, you get a YouTube video. You get access to a monthly live video call with me and other patrons. Okay, so what you're going to get is access to a live event like this, where you can join in and we can all share information and talk back and forth. And it may or may not be a live event. I don't know if that's going to turn into content or not. But so we're going to do Hangouts. So it'll be a one-on-one with you guys. We can only fit so many people in the group. Right now I have up to 10 patrons, right? Mm-hmm. But I could expand that more. I think I have to actually drop that down to 8. I think we can only fit 8 people in a group at a time. I don't know how many it'll take before it maxes out. But what I can do is I can do multiple ones per month. I can do it on a Saturday. I could do 4. I could bring this up to 40 and do 4 different live event or 4 different Google Hangouts on a Saturday or something of that sort. Mm-hmm. You could also get access to random patron videos only. Okay, so there will be videos out there that is not going to be put onto YouTube right away. It's going to be put onto Patreon first, and after a given period of time, then it'll then go live later. So you'll get all of that information. So now we're talking about career rewards. Now we're getting into business podcasting. This is kind of what we talked about. This is behind the scenes stuff. We kind of talked about some of those behind the scenes things, but mm-hmm. we're going to put together a podcast talking about the road to get to where you want to be with your business, if you so to choose to do one. Also, tons of downloadable resources and things of that sort. And then we get into the training rewards level for $25 per creation. These are going to be structured, very structured, high quality videos designed to take care of your pain point, whatever problem you are having. You know what, Joe? My camera's off. Oh no, I'm sorry. I was thinking, I looked at my camera and it's off because I'm doing a screenshot. So anyway, so basically we are in this training rewards level built yet. So if you are interested in that, don't do it yet. Do not pledge $25 or more per creation at this point, because it is not going to be there for you to receive. I just built this together. This is what we are going to produce and put together, and will be a part of the content pretty soon. So then it just goes into, you know, our mission statement and what we're looking to do and provide for you guys, and that's it. And down here you're going to see I've already set up a post. This is free, and I just threw a post on there so that we could have so I could get something on the page that says that you can watch for free and start to get through the Patreon page. This is already set up on my YouTube channel for free, so you can find it there as well. So I'm working on building the website. That's one of my pain points at the moment, is getting the website completely put together. And hopefully I can get that all put together, and that'll be the core hub of the entire system. And yeah, that's about all I have for now. Joe, anything you got?
No, I think that was a good coverage of everything, you know, from the, you know, like I said, the DIY behind the scenes, building this platform from the ground up. We're both new at this. We both are relatively successful in our own fields, but we've both had interest in sharing our knowledge. You know, people come to us and ask us questions, and you know, I like to share what I know. So as a community, like you were saying, as a group, we're all stronger. And I think that's what this is all about. So we're not only going to share knowledge about, you know, my side, automation, electrical, HVAC, and everything else on his side, but the fact that we're all communicating on the same page. And even if your interest is not any of this stuff, you just want to learn how to make a web page or how to make this stuff going, you can follow along with us, and hopefully, you know, hopefully you help support us, and that we're there. We can move forward at a quicker rate and have a little more better technology. But it definitely, I think everybody will enjoy this page and enjoy this live broadcast, and hopefully we can keep this thing rolling, so everybody can really gain knowledge. And you know, if someone's out there that, you know, I'm not an expert in plumbing by any means. I can fix my own stuff, but if we have a plumber that's out there that, you know, wants to know, add to this conversation, they can be call an expert, and vice versa. And hopefully as a group, someone that has the same passion that Guy and I have to share knowledge and teach the masses. You know, we're not getting paid for this. This is not a tuition based, you know, learning plan or program. You know, the Patreon is only set up to have just to help supplement the cost of the equipment more than anything, and the broadcast software and everything else. But, you know, we're not paid to do our content, but we are offering it at a free rate because we want people to know. And I think that's what him and I have a passion for, is to teach others so they may teach others, and so on and so forth. So just so happens we have an interest of both doing this broadcast for that purpose. So I hope people join along with us and really give us the benefit of the doubt and help us move forward.
Joe, you said it awesome. You said a couple of key points that we didn't brush on in the entire thing, and that's excuse me, bringing in expert guests. In some cases, expert guests are not going to come in, and they're not going to be free. We have to pay for their time depending on what that expert or who that expert is. Other cases, they will be more than happy to sit down and talk with us. And in any event, so we are going to, again, we're still building this thing. We're putting it all together. I'm going to have links to the Facebook page below, the Patreon page below, my Twitter below. We're going to have some links to whatever Joe has set up at the moment. We're working on getting Joe's infrastructure set up. So ultimately, we're going to have communication based in all of this for both of us. And again, we will probably be branching out, but we're starting at the core and working our way out. And excuse me. Yeah, I guess that's it. Oh, you know what? I guess we're going to start putting together our podcast infrastructure and start getting that out there. Now, content is absorbed in so many different ways. Some people want a real quick flash by and just get the key points. Other people have FaceTime with their computer and they can read the entire article and get all the information and have time to check out the links. Other people are visual, so they want to see the information and have it given to them. And other people are busy. And in Joe's case, for example, has about an hour commute to work every day, back and forth. And so he takes his time in the car to absorb information through podcasting. So we are also going to start putting together our podcast, and we're trying to offer this content in as many different ways as possible so that everybody can absorb it in whatever fashion they like to absorb their information and their content. So again, this is a platform, a network of communicating and sharing information back and forth. So if you have any or you have any suggestions, or you want some specific information or delivered to you a specific way, please feel free to reach out and connect with us, and we'll try to deliver it like that. Hey, Joe, I want to thank you very much for being on the show and being a part of this. This is going to be an awesome adventure for both of us. I'm super excited that we actually got to the point to where our technical video live feeds are working. So close it out with you, and I guess we'll stop the live feed, and then we'll communicate a little bit more after the live feed ends. And then we'll see everybody on the next video. So go ahead and close out your side, and I'll close out my side. And
all right,
you want to say?
No, I think we've covered pretty much everything that was wanted to talk about. But continue to watch these, continue to come in and join along and help us to mold this into something that is viable for both of us. Just so if it's content that you are interested in, by all means, please comment, start bringing your side of the conversation in with this, because there might be 100 more just like you that don't want to text in or send comment. You might be the one that pushes it in a certain direction. I mean, if we're way off to one side and you're like, why don't you talk about this? And we bring it back in, and 100 people behind you are all interested in that particular subject. I mean, that's what we're here for. And
yeah, Joe, that's a really good point. You've brought so many good points to this, and that's where, ask a question, because you typically, if one person has a question, 100 other people have a question. Some people just won't raise their hand. So, and that's how you guys guide us, is by asking questions. Without somebody saying, "Hey, my instructor said this," I wouldn't know who my audience is. Without that communication, I don't know who you are. I've got over 10,000 subscribers, actually over 13,000 subscribers, and there's no possible way for me to know every single one of them. And that's just at this point. This is going to grow and get much larger, and you guys are driving the boat. We're just riding in it. All right. So, as I say in all the other videos, thanks a lot for watching. Oh, you know what? I'm going to back up a minute. I'm going to do a little bit of a call to action. Go down below, and if you haven't already, click subscribe. Go over to the Facebook page. I know I said this already, but I'm trying to get the script down so that I get this information out every single time. Go over to the website. Go over to the Facebook page and our Twitter. Again, click subscribe. Go down in the show notes down below and check out all of the links that we have available there for you. And let's start building an awesome community. Joe, thanks a lot for stopping by and being here with us today.
You're very welcome.
We will see you guys on the next video.
All right.
Hot button. Yeah, where is it? Yeah, see that? This is some glitches we're working out. Stop. In broad.